Victor wanted me to come over, some kind of consultation. I'm walking down the driveway, and the Packard's already there.
Surprise!
Yeah, right. It's been a while since I saw this car. How'd you pry this out of Tom's hands?
I said, hey, Tom, you want to sell it? No. And just like everything else, I made him an offer he couldn't refuse. When I first seen the Packard, I said, hey, that's a Packard? This thing could look just as nice as any Merc.
So the whole thing with this car is I thought it was a great-looking vehicle. I mean, what do you want to do with it?
I don't know. I just got the car. My goal is to let it compete with a Mercury. This, I want to be the new lead sled. So that's a Merc eater right there. If it's done right, we could give the Merc a run for its money all day long.
First sentence in the conversation, Victor says, this is going to be the Merc killer. I'm thinking about his last Merc we did, and he cut the roof off it. And I'm like, oh, man, we're not cutting the roof off of this Packard. Whatever you're thinking, all I ask is don't mess with the roof line. That's my favorite. That's my pride in the whole project.
Yeah, no, I love the way the chop came out. It's perfect. The rest of the lines, we could do a minor adjustment on it.
I've seen your minor adjustments before.
Well, you know that, but it's got to be crazy.
Victor and I have built a lot of cars together. He likes to go from top to bottom with all his builds, so who knows what could happen with this one. You know, I'm into the crazy stuff, man. I always thought we could go way further with this, and the chop was a good starting point.
The whole drivetrain has to be replaced to something modern, right. So yeah. Let's see what we could come up with, you know, kick it around.
Victor's kind of vague. All I'm getting out of him is that he wants this thing to be a driver like the rest of his fleet. They're all road-worthy vehicles, and that's where this Packard's lacking. Victor's gonna come by today. He says he's got everything. He's got all the parts we need for the front suspension upgrade, and I'm just gonna work on getting this Packard ready for construction.
Check it out, I got your clip. You wanted a front clip.
Oh yeah, perfect. What the heck is this thing?
1997 Grand Marquis. I know I went a little nuts instead of just cutting the clip off.
Right.
I cut the rest of the car off.
Yeah. You forgot to tell him to stop cutting. That's the problem. Kind of surprised that he drove this thing over, all in all, but you could see it's a driving vehicle.
I mean, the thing runs bitchin', the horn works, and you gotta take this thing for a drive. It's so smooth.
I'm trying to laugh it off, like, all right, yeah, I can't wait to cut this thing apart. And Victor's like, no, man, you gotta drive it. This car is smooth. Bottom line is Victor wants to do a body swap. He wants to cut the top of the Packard body off of the floor pan and put it onto this floor pan from the Grand Marquis. You want to leave this dashboard and everything.
We're gonna leave the dashboard because we're gonna do the fiberglass coming down into it and just modify what's existing. It's all gonna get reworked to 50s futuristic instrument panel. Don't ask me what that means, but it sounds damn good.
It's a great concept, but they're two way different cars. And I just want to put them side by side to see how it's gonna line up. The wheelbase is definitely off. Just like everything else I do, simplest possible manner. I could have built a big structure and raised this thing. Instead, I stuck a forklift right through the window openings. This is called the old rag and welding glove trick. Added it so it wouldn't ruin the window channels and lifted it right up. That there is the symbol of a nice, strong chop top. Nothing deformed. The guy who built this knew what he was doing. Well, that being said, that sucker is out that door forever. Away with you. Pretty simple. Lift up that body and get rid of the trash. We got something better coming in. Done all you could up until this point, but it just wasn't good enough. I think the biggest challenge here is about 50 years difference in technology. You got two giant metal shapes from completely different generations. That's the challenge. It's like stacking blocks. I'm gonna put this car on that car and see where they clash. Oh yeah, and that's how the tires are supposed to sit. The back laid down perfect. The best thing I was satisfied with was how this car just kind of bottomed out. No scratchy noises, no weirdness. It just clunked right on the floor. The back looks perfect. This is exactly what Victor's looking for. That is a huge problem. The thing is, the back went in so perfectly, I was focusing on that to come around to the front of the car, and I could see the reason it's still up in the air. You got major issues in the A-pillar and the dashboard area. He wants to keep the dashboard stock, cut off as much as possible without affecting any more of the structure of the donor chassis. And I really need all of this in here. I already compromised the structure of one. I'm not gonna do it to both. What's happening is the Packard's a triangle coming up into the window areas, and the Grand Marquis is a box. It's parallel, straight up and down, versus triangle. As you bring it down, it ain't gonna work. Definitely hit a major snag in our grand scheme. Just as I'm trying to figure out my plan of attack, Victor walks in.
Hey, how you doing, man? You did it, huh?
I done did it. I have some bad news for you, though. Your call on this frame is perfect width-wise. Tires tuck. It still can go right to the ground.
Okay, good.
The issue I ran into is the dashboard and the wheelbase.
Ian pointed out to me, hey, the dash doesn't fit in the car. Off the record, and don't tape this, it wasn't gonna fit, and I knew it, but I had to challenge this guy. Everybody that I was talking about what I was doing with all my friends, and they said, that's not gonna work. I said, I know it's not, but Ian will make it work.
The whole problem here is not only the issue with the dashboard clearance, but it's also the wheelbase. Well, the wheelbase on the Packard is way out of line. You could see it's gonna need at least, say, a 10-inch stretch if you look at the center of that hub.
Okay.
So this is kind of what I was thinking. We could kill two birds with one stone. If we cut the chassis and extend it, it looks like maybe a foot. In car terms, a foot extension is pretty significant. So check this out, is what I'm thinking. So I think if we cut off right here, and we can just extend it. It's too generic, just like a ladder frame right there.
Simple.
But it would solve the issue with the wheelbase in the front fender and the dashboard. As long as you're cool with it, I'd like to cut that chassis and bring it forward.
Extend it out, let's go for it and see.
So I explained the fix for the front wheelbase and dashboard issue, and then further directed him to the rear, where I was really proud of how well it worked out.
I want this thing on the ground. Go underground, go an inch below surface, and then when we go up a half inch, there's no questions, it's on the ground.
Victor, you know, he's shaking his head no, because he says it's not low enough. He wants the thing down on the ground. So it's close, but it ain't there yet.
That thing gotta smash beer cans.
Okay. After the talk with Victor, it was affirmed that we needed to stretch the car a foot. This stretch is going to be very straightforward, simply because we're taking existing pieces and just moving them a little bit apart from each other. Look at that. You can make a limousine out of this thing if you wanted to. The way that they put these frames together from the factory, it's a series of metal shapes that are stacked, and then they're fillet welded all along the joins. I'm accomplishing the same thing with much heavier stock. I have my rectangle tube mimicking the shape of the original frame, and I'm stacking another piece on top of it, doing a fillet weld everywhere I can reach, then drilling through and plug welding the parts that extend past the original join in the frame extension. So it's a series of stacked metal shapes, all reinforcing each other. This thing is done. It's time to get the body on. Took a bit of doing, but I got the body on. I got it down low the way Victor was asking for. I had to change the tire and rim combo. The other ones were too wide. Right as I got them on, Victor shows up.
Hey, Ian, what's going on?
What's happening, man?
Where'd the white walls come from?
To get it to lay down, it needed some skinny, tall tires, so I just went with the 560/15 white walls.
That has a stance, you got it down low, it sits evenly. When I walk in, I look at the car, and he nailed it again. He surprised me. Any problem with clearance in the back?
Well, that's why I had to put the tires on, because those fat mag wheels were not letting it lay down. So I went with the skinny tires. It dropped right on the floor.
How about up front? It looks like you took care of all this stuff here.
Well, I had to do a lot of clearancing, and that's where the bad news starts. When you're looking at this car from the rear three-quarter view, it's sitting pretty. It's all good. The front end is a different story, and I gotta break the news. Let me show you how this fender lines up.
Okay.
It's close. In an effort to try to keep it as intact structurally as possible, I've just been picking away at it a couple inches at a time. And then the front.
So what's stopping it from hitting that? Is it this corner?
If you see here, it's the headlight bucket is right on that bolt.
Okay, with this here, the solution, we're changing that anyway. That's all gonna get cut off, and this will sit up a few inches here where it actually comes up. It's going from here up and back down to flow.
Right off the bat, Victor shows me the headlights he's planning on using, and they're a completely different orientation as the Packard units.
And at the same time, we're coming off this level, and then we're coming here and up a little, and then back down. So it's got an enhancement.
Victor comes in and just wipes the slate clean. He wants to restyle the entire front fender. In fact, the entire nose of the car, as it turns out. So if you're willing to just delete the front of both fenders, then it's a perfect lineup. We'll just build around the underlying structure. It's a 10-minute cut. I'll do that, and we can get this hood and fenders on.
Awesome, I'm there, let's do it.
I'm just going to eliminate everything that's in the way. I'm going to leave a small area representing the front where it meets the hood, and that's kind of it. The whole headlight and grille area is out of the fender. Well, now you can see you have plenty of clearance. That changes everything. It eliminates the ugly in the front of the Packard, and it helps me mount the fenders without an issue with the headlights at all. Hey, look, it fits. That's going to be all right.
Damn, look at that thing. That's one long-ass front end.
There's a million ways you can go about restyling a car, and I know Victor's got a plan. He's been thinking about it for a while, and it's not gonna be okay to just mock something up and have him check it out. I need to nail a few of the core lines with him here so that we can get it right.
Probably a little bit more to your left. Yeah, the fender, the tire side. Before you do that, I wanna do, like put something up so we got a little high point.
Just like an artist is drawing a line, we're gonna do that same thing. We gotta figure out how to suspend a nice graceful arc. First call is to try to just pull some tape across, and it looks terrible. It's all faceted, flat, straight lines.
Just up like a quarter, half an inch, and then back down.
Well, I have this round rod.
All right.
I got a pretty good idea on how materials work, so I got this 3/16 inch round rod, and I just hold that up on the same plane as the tape, and it just bows gracefully. Just the weight of it makes a perfect arch.
Yeah, that's it right there. Shit, that's it. After he put the rebar on, he handed me a piece of cardboard.
So, got the little envisioning board.
Yeah,
Try
well,
that
check
out.
this out. Coming from this point, yeah, look at that. That's like perfect right there. So I get it, I fold it over gently so I got the contour of the car. I could literally see what I was thinking.
As soon as he expresses this upper fender ridge, I can see where he's going with this late 40s caddy styling. They have a very pronounced upward curve in the fender, and it's just a super deluxe look.
It flows right in, right off of this line to that line right there. I'm over here going, yeah, man, that's cool. Ian gets quiet again.
That design's great, but that's a lot of metalwork. You got 6 foot on one side, 6 more makes 12 by 3 foot. It's like 30 square feet plus of metalwork. I hope you know somebody who can pull that off.
Did I ever say it was gonna work or not? That's a question. He says, yeah, you're not the one cutting the car up. I go, yeah, that's why I come to you.
I don't want to say it's above my skill level, but I haven't tried this yet. I've cut up a lot of cars, changed a lot of stuff, but I've never done 2 fenders like this. Victor loves throwing down the gauntlet. All I gotta do is run it. I gotta run through all these tasks he's envisioning, and we're on to a new adventure. Here we go. I knew I could swap this body, no problem. These fenders he's talking about are pretty challenging. I gotta match that wire Victor set up on the fender, and flat piece of sheet metal just ain't gonna work. It's easy to just piece together parts, but but to create something from scratch is a whole different skill set, and that's what he's asking me to do. It needs to look kind of like the shape of a potato chip, if you can envision it. It's going to curve this way, and it's going to curve that way. Something for eating salsa. Got to start somewhere, and I'm thinking that the main line of the fender is exactly what Victor created with this round rod mock-up. So I'm going to try to create the biggest piece I can with the tools I got. The first step is to shrink it along each side of the sheet and curve it. Doesn't look like much has happened, but I'll tell you, those molecules are feeling the pressure. Hear that? It's tense. This is potentially a disaster. Victor's asking me for something he conceptualized with a piece of round rod and a lot of hand gestures. I don't have any blueprints, I don't have any sketches, I just have a conversation and I'm trying to build a car around that, so it could go either way. That's pretty darn close to what I need at this end, but you can see it's just a straight shot. So I got some stress in here and I got some stress up here. Now we're gonna put it in that wheelie thing. Let's see what happens. The two tools I'm using are really the standards for any kind of metal forming. You need to shrink it or you need to stretch it. If you're ambitious, you could build a whole car out of this if you knew what you're doing. But don't give Victor any ideas. It's pretty labor intensive, and I'm not that ambitious. Coffee break. This piece is the backbone of the design, so anything can happen, but you need a center line, and that's what this is establishing. I don't know what Victor's thinking. I'm just trying to set up this line, this one line he established. Everything for me has been structural and alignment oriented, so this is the first bit of art. Let's take this Mercury inside and see what she's got.
The anticipation of bringing that front end up to the Packard, I was like, I gotta see this, I gotta see this. Here she comes. That's a trip, huh? Putting this grill to it, it gives it like this masculine, like a bulldog, literally. Like maybe that's why the dog was tripping out. He probably thought it was his relative. Look at that, it's like,
I can see a clear path to victory. This nose piece is a game changer, but it's gonna take a little bit of doing though. I gotta trim out a lot on both cars to get this thing in position, but this nose thing takes it to the next level. Getting this Merc front end ready for the Packard. It's a rusty old car, it's been sitting around. I'm gonna clean as much of the rust off as possible just so I can start to get an idea of how this will fit on the car. Yeah, let's see. Yesterday this was way out. Now it's way in. See, the look is really good, the way it mates up to the fender, but it's way wide. It looks like this nose is gonna get sectioned into 3 or 4 pieces. The 2 headlight shells I think will mate to the fenders really well, and I'm just gonna cut it apart and fit it up on the car in pieces. Look at that. Right up to the headlight, mates into the fender, just perfecto. And we don't want it to look crooked or weird, so I'm gonna build a jig so that they're parallel and at the same orientation. So I can weld it right to the headlight bucket. I want them to both be at the same plane, and they'll still be parallel. The big thing is to just get these headlights positioned, and then I can hang the grille and move forward from there with the sheet metal. I have to build the whole passenger fender, which is an exact mirror of what I accomplished on the driver's side, and then I'm gonna sheet in around the headlights. Fenders are a sure thing. The big concern is this nose and the way the hood is gonna come into this grille shape. And it'll actually be a much stronger join if I lap it to the Packard, so it'll be like a big diamond shape. That's why I'm completely ruining this hood, but it'll allow us some artistic window of opportunity. Oh, actually don't look half bad. Sure switched up that ugly Packard. The Packard looked like a beak, a bird's beak. It was just way out and it's very thin. The Merc knew as a really wide, low car. And this really, it's a half and half. I can't believe it actually fit. Seeing that this Merc hood worked out was a relief. Now I just got to figure out the lower portion. The cool factor about the Merc grille and the hood is it's got its factory latches in place. So by lowering this section, you'll see there's a structure in here that is designed to mate up against this. And since I need to lower this, I'm going to have to section it somewhere. So I'll section it right through the dent and then repair it, weld it back together. So it'll have a strip coming right through here. I've got a clear path to finish out this nose, and it's gonna be all right. Splicing these two hoods together was a pretty straightforward process in simple terms, but the contours on both sides are way different. So this is now our surface height of the hood. So it's coming through. You see how it's lifting towards the bottom? It's coming right through here like so, till it blends in. So this transition here is gonna be very hard to make. It's another compound curve. But right where that wants to change, I was thinking if I put a scoop in there, like you see on the Mercs, then all of a sudden the contour wouldn't need to be made. It would turn into a scoop. I don't know where the idea first came from for these scoops in the side of the Merc hood, but you see it all the time. It's a really cool thing. It breaks up the side profile of the hood a little bit. And because we have a mismatch in contour, I think it might just be the perfect fix. A little action in it. See what we come up with now like this. Actually, that don't even look half bad. But it definitely handles that weird mismatch for sure. My first inclination was to put the scoop forward. Maybe not that forward, but somewhere between here and here. I know Victor likes that classic element though. I got a few ideas to make this happen. I just got to sell Victor on the idea. I'm working on getting the bottom corners of the hood rounded. You see that all the time on custom Mercs. And I'm gonna mock up this side profile that just may incorporate a scoop. I gotta show it to Victor. So this is now the new shape of the hood opening, and I'll finish off the shape of the fender surround with the smaller rod. So this will be a nice radiused hood edge. You see it on a lot of customs. Victor's got it like that.
Ian, what's going on?
Hey man, just kind of getting this hood together.
Oh yeah, what a difference, man. I haven't seen the car in a while. I came by today and that thing looks crazy. It follows the rest of the curves on the car. Curve, 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 curve. The more stuff I give them, the guy still continues to like go beyond my expectation on everything I have them do for me. Cool. That's real good. So what are we gonna do now on the hood here?
Well, that's the thing, you know, the transition from the Merc to the Packard is a little weird. But once Victor digested the look of the front of the car, he was really pleased with it, but then I tell him about the problem, and that is in the side contour of the hood. I want to show him the mock-up for the side panels and see what he thinks about this scoop idea. You know, I'm glad that the front worked out for you. I kind of just did that because I know you like the look of the other car, but the placement of the scoop is something I've been struggling with, whether it goes ahead of the axle line or behind.
Yeah,
so.
Looking at it in proportion-wise, I think it should be not quite half, just a little forward here. Let me see.
Yeah,
Wow.
just whatever
Just
you like.
coming in, and it shouldn't really be that drastic. So that's kind of the opening. And then from here, I mean, I'm just gonna draw it. It kind of ends in no more than a 1/4 inch, just to come in, just so there's the scoop line there.
Victor loved the idea. It was really just about placement. He wants it in proportion with the hood. He came up with a solution, and I was feeling really good about it, but Victor had other ideas.
The modification isn't over yet, so don't do this until the bird sings.
I just licked it, man.
I was
Game
gonna
over.
say tell the fat man sings, but
Yeah.
I can't sing worth the shit. I still got some tricks up my sleeve, which I haven't even told Ian about yet. The modification isn't over yet.
Okay.
I really want to get this thing to my house and just to like see it every night so I could kind of feel it and I want to look at it. Something, you know, once it's there, you know me, there'll be a slight modification.
This Packard's come a long way. I got it over here to Victor's. He was saying he needs to check it out in person, kind of ruminate on it. There's one or two things left for me to do sheet metal-wise, and this thing's almost a wrap. All right, so this is pretty much all the fab in the hood, aside from the scoops. I'm gonna finish these 2 scoops by the time he gets here, and we're good to go. I don't know where the idea first came from for these scoops in the side of the Merc hood, but you see it all the time. It's a really cool thing. It breaks up the side profile of the hood a little bit. My original idea was putting them more towards the middle of the hood, but Victor wants them further back. I'm a little unsure if this far back is really gonna work or not. The only way to figure it out is to mock it up and see what it looks like. The whole thing about this vent is it's all about placement and the shape of it. The reason this idea works on the Merc hood is because there's a huge indent that people cover over. The Packard just doesn't have that. The whole thing is just trying to get this thing to work. The process here is pretty simple. Just make this piece of sheet metal fit the hood and put a curve in it. The whole thing about this location change is I don't have the shop set up the way I typically would, so it's all about improvisation. The thing about this is it's a section of a cone, so I'll try to just push it. So I got a piece of pipe I found. Victor has a sheet metal brake. It's pretty basic, but I think I could pull it off. If you asked Gene Winfield, for instance, how they did it back in the 50s, he might say this was the same technique. It's as old as history. I got both these pieces formed. They look good. Tacking this thing on, and Victor comes in.
Ian, how you doing?
Hey, man.
All right, you got the scoop, huh?
Yeah, I did all the detailing on the hood, and I just wanted you to check out the scoop before we finalize it. They're kind of mocked up.
I really can't tell. Can we drop the car on the ground?
Yeah, I just jacked it up.
Yeah, we'll be able to see how it looks in proportion to the size of the hood. I walked in and Ian finished the scoops. I wasn't really sure how they were gonna come out because I had placed them more towards the back, and then they look kind of funky. For sure, it doesn't need to go back. A little forward, just to see.
I just wasn't feeling this first vent and its location, so I was telling Victor, stand back, let me move it around, tell me what you think. 4 eyes are better than 2.
Yeah, that looks more in proportion. Yeah, I think about right there, that's it.
By moving this vent around, you know, you hit a sweet spot. I tacked it in place and then stood back, and I concur. This thing is looking good.
That's it right there. Actually makes it look meaner. Yeah, it just breaks that up. Now, the hood, instead of being 20 foot long, now it's only 10 foot long.
Right. Well, if you're cool with the placement of those scoops, I'll just finish welding them in. That's a no-brainer. There's a lot to do on this front grille, so I don't know where you're going with that. Victor pulls out these headlight bezels for the front end restyle. We've been using them the whole time, but he tells me he's been thinking.
Last night when I got up at like 4 in the morning, I mocked these up. Then I remember I had another set and I actually put the light bulbs in it. So I got one more set. I've already stuck the light bulb in there.
Victor has these aftermarket pieces you see on custom Mercs all the time. It's like a Frenched universal headlight.
And it fits right in, no extra modification, nothing.
They work perfect. They got brand new fancy bulbs inside, and it really gives the car a really face-forward appearance.
Now it's been cut, sectioned, chopped, straightened, length, and now it's Frenched.
I think this is perfect. So we just weld those surrounds right to the fender, and that's it, done.
So we're committed now, let's get into the grill. That's another story.
I asked Victor what grill he was using, and he comes over with a wagon full of parts, you know, the swap meet thing.
I even modified the wagon to carry my equipment. This is my candy store right here. You know, I go to the swap meet here in California, Pomona, and just collecting. And I had a whole collection of grill, over probably 10, 15 years worth of grill. That's option number one, a floating grill like off of a shoebox.
This grill works perfectly if you're building a shoebox. You can see the orientation of the headlights and the bumper make it look just like that car. I mean, that's an awesome center bar, but it just tells you it's a shoebox forward, and that's the thing. It's
And
like,
it doesn't go with the lines floating. See, this thing float, and that just, it doesn't do
yeah,
it.
it cuts it right across. Victor's really looking for my opinion in a lot of ways.
Option one, nada.
Nada. But still, it's not easy to put these parts on a Packard, so it's got to work out somehow.
Option two is a 53 Chevy. This might flow a little better.
Really works with these curves in the Merc opening, though. That's cool. Second thing up is this grill from, say, a 53 or 54 Chevy. It's a good-looking piece also.
That fits it and it flows. The only problem I see is, what do you see behind it? You see nothing but the radiator and all the lines of the modification we've done behind it.
It doesn't work with the overrider either. You
Yeah,
have to
no,
run just a blade bumper.
It fits, but it doesn't work. The grill, to me, is like a nose on a person. It has to fit right between the two headlights, which are your eye, and your mouth is the bumper.
Well, I don't think any of our choices so far are that good, man.
It just doesn't flow. So now I guess we'll go with option three, which is the regular stock Mercury grill.
I think both Victor and I were just looking for that other thing, you know? We were both leaning towards the Merc grill because it's a classy look. We're just trying out other options because you never know. Victor had to take off, and that's kind of his gig. He's the idea guy. Now it's up to me to just make it happen. First thing I need to do is finish out this sheet metal that comes around below the headlight. It's just gonna be one panel that wraps right around, mates the Packard fender to the Merc sheet metal. I don't have any of my regular tools here, so I gotta figure out how to form this stuff. The whole thing is I'm looking around the shop for something with a slightly smaller radius than what I need on the car because it doesn't actually stay the same shape you roll it into. It always relaxes a bit. You got two options. Roll of tar paper or a copper pipe. So there was like 3 or 4 rolls of tar paper laying around. I picked the one that looked like it matched best. Working out of the shop, you gotta make do. Their equipment's awesome, but there it is. Getting this sheet metal panel in place around the front of the fender, I know it's not right, it looks a little flat. I'm gonna build out the wheel arch and then take a look at it. I don't have a bender, so I'm gonna do the old tire trick. I've used this trick a whole bunch of times before I got my fancy equipment, and first thing I can think of is a Volkswagen rim, because you always need some of that, and I know it's gonna be the right radius. Back before all those fancy tools were around, that's how they used to do it. They would take the spare tire off their Model T, and they would curl it up. Takes a little muscle, but I got some to spare. I really just figured that radius was gonna be the right one. I mean, did you see me do any measuring? Look at the outtakes. I did that to that. That's when you know you're on the right life path. Things just fall into place. The wheel arch is gonna work, but the sheet metal panel ain't happening. It's starting to look like a cartoon car, you know? The whole thing with this simple forming is that all it yields is a very flat shape. I'm gonna go look around. I know Victor's got a ton of parts around here. We gotta make the fender look right, and I'm just looking for other options. Back here in Victor's storage yard, I know he's had this Merc back here for a while that we've been using as the donor parts car. And yeah, now that it's revealed, I think we all understand exactly why this is a parts car. Somebody really screwed it up. Looking over the car, I could see why it was abandoned. I mean, whoever started the chop, they cut it apart pretty good. They just didn't know how to put it back together again, and that's what ruined it. I've seen some pretty rough work, but nothing quite compares to this chop top. So the parts I came over looking for aren't on it. So what I was thinking is I could maybe use this section of the fender, take this and flip it around backwards to the other side. They're both very strong, and the curvature matches the part of the Merc fender we're using. I think maybe these fenders are enough for me. I think the car was getting a little sentimental. It started to reattach itself, so it was a little difficult removing it. There it is. We really don't have much to work with, so there's only one way to find out, and that's to take them back to the shack and see if it fits. I got the Merc fenders back in the shop. I'll do a little slicing and dicing, see if I can make them work. The whole thing with these leftover parts is that it does have a really nice radius. The fender well opening is represented, and so, you know, it's original Merc sheet metal. You can see clearly it's curved, but it also has a slight curvature this way. See, you got this nice undercurved section. It's nice and round. There's plenty of material to come up. So that's it. A little duct tape. This thing's done, ready for paint. The whole thing here is we're missing what we need. That's why I tried to make it. So now I'm gonna try to make it once more, and maybe this time it'll stick. The whole reasoning behind doing it this way is that you've got these awesome pieces of sheet metal that already exist. What's better than an original Mercury part, right? It looks great. It's just taking the other leftover stuff and making it work on the new part. I got the piece of Merc sheet metal fit on the car. It's welded up. It looks like it's gonna work perfect, but I need to cut out the wheel opening so that the tire will steer. I started the fender opening with this round tube, so I need to continue that detail right through to the bumper. So I'm gonna continue at the radius on top and then gradually angle it forward and then turn really sharp right into the bumper. Everything here looks good. I was just finishing cleaning it up, give it a once over with the sander, and Victor walks in.
Ian, how's it going?
Right on time, man. I got this thing pretty much nailed. Hopefully it's what you're looking for.
Look at the white wall on that thing. That's like right on. We wanted to see the wheel and tire. The radius on the tire is bitchin', dead on.
Victor walked in and he was all smiles and nods. He was liking it, and he didn't realize the amount of effort it took to get here, and we weren't going backwards, so he had the right response. I know you want it to look as much like the Merc as possible, so I took a section of the leftover front fender off your car, and I used that, and that's how the whole contour flowed out into the headlight area.
When he was talking to me, I didn't quite understand what he was trying to tell me. I mean, it looks like it was designed and built like that from the factory. This whole car's flowing, baby.
We're done. That's it. Send it to bodywork, and we're off to the races, man.
Does it turn, though? Does it turn?
So it looks great in the end, you know, both at ride height and drop, but my main concern was that the car will steer and the tire doesn't hit anywhere.
I've been thinking about giving this car to Craig.
Okay.
The only thing is, his birthday's in a couple weeks.
If we can get this into bodywork, this thing's ready, man. Bodywork and painted.
I don't believe it's ready yet. After looking at the car, and especially now after I see this flow, I got some issues back here. I think we need to do a little bit more to this. So here it goes.
I'm feeling like the world-class mountain climber that just summited Everest, right? We did it, we're on to the finish, and Victor's in the back of the car with like a whole new battle plan.
Looking at the side of the car, it's straight. I don't want it straight. I want this sucker to bulge. I'm welling away with my hands like I'm always talking and pointing and stretching, and he's looking at me like, oh, shoot, what am I getting into now?
It turns out there is kind of a deadline with this car. Victor's planning on giving it to one of his employees, his right-hand man, Craig, That's the thing with Victor. He's got a million ideas and they all start flowing. Looks like the rear of this car is gonna be a whole new adventure. I've done this on a few cars in the past, and I know what this is gonna do. It's gonna give it this immense open air feeling. The side of this car is really closed off by the B-pillar and the window frames. As soon as I cut it, watch. Surgical precision. I kind of knew what this was going to accomplish, but it was really good to see that Victor was on board with it. He left it up to me to make it happen. Much like when I'm chopping a top, I'm thinking about the contour of the sheet metal and how I can reuse it to make it look perfectly factory. Just like when you do a chop top, you want to save all the contours because they're factory stampings. So this deal matches. I'm just gonna put it down there. You'll see, I'm gonna repurpose this old junk and make a custom car out of it. Reusing these pieces was a good call. The bottom piece was a little nip and it fit right back in. Unfortunately, with the top, the length of it was more than what the pillar afforded me. As it turns out, this piece is just too small. See, I just got away with it on the bottom. On the top, this contour changes a little bit right here, and we just don't have the material. See, it's been welded and fixed in the other chop. It's a pretty simple piece of sheet metal. It's just a straight shot with a curve in it, so it's not gonna be that hard to duplicate. It's just a time saver to reuse the old stuff. It's just gonna take a sheet metal brake and just kind of creep it in there and just pull a gentle bend in the sheet metal. So you could see, it's absolutely perfect. While Victor's here, I want to mock up the shape of the fender skirts. Once we figured out the outside line of the skirt, it's just a matter of trimming the metal to fit and fastening it to the fiberglass. Victor's whole plan here is just completely covering up the old rear door. By having the skirt match up with the front door jamb, it's going to give the illusion that the two-door was always that way.
Yeah, that's it right there, man. That's it.
I think you're onto something. Victor liked the look of the skirts. I'm just gonna replicate that in steel and get the car ready for bodywork and paint. This car's getting very close. The last few things are wrapping up. Victor's got his interior guy, Lino, on it.
Yeah, Lino, he's done a lot of interior work for me. He's done 4 or 5 cars for me. Lino, right now we're designing the seat. They're off of a 62 T-Bird, and we've already molded them into the back seat of the Packard, and they fit perfectly. On the interior, I wanted to keep with the theme of something in the 50s, right? We're going Merc eater, right? Lino, show me how that's gonna look. Okay, you wanna do some diamond tuck? Okay, good. Okay. One thing unique about Lino, he's deaf. And then what about here? What are you doing here? Here's the leather. I don't know sign language, but I don't know what it is. I understand exactly what he's telling me. In fact, that guy talks more than any guy I know. Okay, so that'll be just pure leather. Okay. Okay, he's gonna do a red seam here, okay? Okay, so it'll all match together, okay.
Victor and Lino are kind of like the odd couple. I'm not sure how they communicate, but somehow they make it work.
With Lino, he's the type of guy, he's like Ian. The concept he was gonna do with my idea of the diamond tuck, and then he started showing me what he was gonna do on the outside and how he's gonna tuck it in, where the seams are gonna go. The guy goes to the next level. I said, you nailed it, go for it. Good, all right, that's good then, perfect. Now what are we gonna do with the front seats?
Typical mode with Victor is use what you have, and he's got these seats.
Okay, this seat is out of a 2004 Lexus Coupe.
I've been through this before. When you convert a 4-door into a 2-door, you can't use the same seats. In a 2-door, they need to flip forward, otherwise nobody's going back there.
This one, when you push the button, the backrest comes forward and the seat goes forward so people could get into the back seat because we closed up the back doors. Now, Lino, what are we gonna do here? Okay, first we're gonna cut off the old headrests because this doesn't go with the nostalgia of the old 50s car, so it's gonna be rounded off. Now, let me see what he's doing here. Okay, same thing in the middle. He's gonna do diamond tuck in the middle, and he made it proportionate to the seat. Most people will do big old diamond tucks. This guy put everything into proportion with the car. Look at how that's gonna look. The guy is good. He's just slow. When is this gonna be finished? I need this finished. We have such time constraints on this project just because it's Craig's birthday, and I wanted to give it to him for his birthday, not after. 1 day, 2 day. You hope? He hopes 2.5 days. I hope too, because if not, there won't be seats in the car. All right, good job. Hopefully, he could get this job on time. If not Craig, he'll be sitting on a 5-gallon bucket.
Car's done. It's a wrap. Victor's guys got it all dialed in. My favorite thing about this car is that it looks 100 miles long. It's like that cartoon you saw with the big giant gangster car. It's exactly what this thing is. It's really stretched out. It's low, it's lean, it's mean.
That car looks great. I knew once I give it away, that's it, it's not my car. So I said, hey, I want to enjoy it while I can. We better take this thing for a test drive. And it drove so smooth. I said, hey, Ian, you want to drive this thing? And he looks over.
And I'm like, of course. It's what I came here for. Chassis swap was an awesome call. This thing drives like a new car. The gloss paint job makes it very classy.
We're driving. I said, pull over. I want to see this thing. When I stepped out and, I seen the car driving and looked at it in a wide open space, it was like, wow. I mean, this thing looks mean. I mean, like really, really mean.
I could tell from Victor's response, his expression as I'm cruising by, it's exactly what he wanted to see. He's a happy camper.
I looked, I said, hey, Ian, get out of the car and look at this thing. Let me drive by. I mean, look at it.
I was always sold on the rear view of this. I did the chop to my preference. Victor kept that in place. The thing that really turned me on about the whole thing was the nose. The way that the Merc was modified, just a little bit, car coming straight at you looks good.
I see him with his thumbs up and I seen the guy smile. I didn't think the guy could smile. He's like, whoa, I see teeth.
After the test drive, we take it back to Victor's shop. We pull it in next to his Mercs.
Let it down, parked it right next to my other 2 Mercs in the garage, and she fit right in.
Lino finished up the interior. It looks great. Leather upholstery, totally pro. Victor was able to get an original Packard steering wheel, and Lino modified the wheel to fit and the dashboard to cover all the existing late model stuff. It looks old, acts like new. I'm so charged up right now. I can't believe Craig is gonna get this thing. He's gonna flip out.
Yeah, I called him, he's due any minute, and I told him, hey, come down, check out my new car. I just completed it.
Yeah,
he has no idea what's gonna happen here.
It's a heck of a bonus. I don't know how Craig's gonna respond. He's a pretty cool character. It's all business. Let's see how this works out.
Wow, this thing came out beautiful.
Didn't that come out really cool? Check it out, man. What do you think?
Wow, you guys did a great job on this.
I brought you here, and I know today's your birthday, and all the effort and everything you've done, man, dude, happy birthday. That's your car we built. So this whole time, we've been building your car. I just paid you back all the effort you did for me, and that's your
No
car.
way.
Happy birthday,
Really?
man. Yeah.
Thank you. For somebody to go ahead and do that for you, it's totally awesome.
Sit in it, turn your car on, drive it.
It took some time to go ahead and sink in that the car actually belongs to me. Still as I'm talking right now, I'm not believing it.
Craig, man, you look good in that thing. Let me see, close the door.
Are you sure this is mine?
It's yours, I already told you, man. You just need the shades and you got it, man. Look at that face. A face only a mother could love.
This car is totally awesome. And to even own something that Victor and Ian had built together, it just, there's no words that could describe it. It's priceless.
I'm glad. The only car that I've ever given away goes to this man. And this just continues to inspire me for the next vision. And with Ian, anything's possible.
Victor redoing this Packard is proof positive that nothing's ever finished unless you want it to be. He's got me thinking about a bunch of projects of my own that just might need a little refreshing.